Hello, everyone. Hope you are well early on a Thursday morning. You know, when you're out riding around or doing your errands, shopping, whatever, you notice the panhandlers, the homeless people who are asking for money, have a cardboard sign they're holding up at the intersections of busy highways. Maybe they're standing or sitting right outside of a shopping center. I'm sure you've seen them. Depending on where you live, you may see more. With all, and this is just something I've been thinking about, with the economic downturn and possibly collapse economically, I think that population, I believe it's already, that population is going to just keep growing and, and really multiply, I'm afraid. Uh, I believe we're going to start seeing this not just in big cities, but not even just in medium-sized cities. We're already seeing it, but in smaller towns, even in maybe even rural areas, maybe even in your neighborhood, maybe down your street, maybe you're already seeing it. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for a homeless person or people or groups even walking down your street, walking down your neighborhood while you're in your front yard or when you come home from work? What if they come up and ask you for something? Now, we've probably all experienced that when we're at the gas station, maybe coming out of a grocery store, but not generally, not in our homes. I believe we're going to see it. And I believe it could be soon. And I believe we need to be ready. We need to be prepared for how to react to that. Okay. I'll be honest, I'm not sure. I've never had it happen to me at home, at my home. Now, out, yes, plenty of times. And I'm comfortable dealing with it there, away from my home. But, um, you know, uh, in your neighborhood, it's a different story. Starting to see these folks further and further out. I know we live a good 30-minute ride from the nearest large town, which is Athens. And I work around Athens. And I know one morning last week I was pulling out of our neighborhood, about to head to work, and within a mile of our neighborhood, I saw a young lady sitting on the side of the road, up against the sign. Looked like she'd been there a while. Maybe she might have even spent the night there. Looks like it. She looks like it to me. Um, I believe those numbers are going to multiply, and they're going to travel. They're going to walk out further out. With everything that's happening, there's so much going on. There's so many moving parts to what is happening. What would you do? It's coming, like I said. I mean, we've got, if we're not already in one, we're slipping into a recession again, probably a deep one, maybe even a depression economically. Inflation is going to keep on going. It's going to keep with us, at least for a while, for the time being. The rent is not going down. Rent's going to keep going up. Um, Costs, especially of what's really ripping people apart, of course, food and energy. Filling up your tank with gas and feeding yourself. And that is driving people poor. It really is. Evictions are going to just increase. Foreclosures could probably increase. Unemployment, layoffs. Expect that next, if not already. So where JP Morgan, I believe, JP Morgan Chase, their mortgage side is already laying off many. I think as far as food, I'm hearing, you hear a lot about coming food shortages and all that. Food scarcity is what we'll see at best. Uh, at worst, it could be a famine. Now, in the United States, I don't expect that. However, when food is so expensive, it's not affordable to a large segment of the population. That is a shortage. And it's serious, okay? It's dangerous. When these people are hungry, they're going to be dangerous. They could be. And don't expect the police to do a whole lot. I mean, that may depend on where you live, their approach to it. Saw where the man who occupies the White House, I think this was yesterday or the day before, was talking about a second pandemic. He was quoted as saying, we need more money to plan for the second pandemic. What? Really? Tell us more. There's going to be another pandemic, he said. We have to think ahead. Interesting timing on that, with elections, midterms coming up. But that's just another thing that's contributing to the unraveling. There's a lot of chatter, you've probably heard, about diesel fuel running out. A lot of channels are talking about this. And I've seen some that are putting dates out there saying it's going to run out in X number of weeks. Now, I have no proof of that. I wouldn't make that claim. Not right now. Is it possible? Yes. Some are getting real specific about it. I don't know about that. It's something we should keep an eye on now, for sure. I've heard 8 weeks, 6 weeks. Now, if that does happen, can you even imagine? Okay, everything stops at that point. Not just trucks, but railroad, industry, emergency vehicles, all kinds of things. Buses, you name it. It's like we're watching. It's like we're watching this country just completely unravel in real time. It does look that way. It really does. Is it a foregone conclusion that it is? Maybe not, but it sure looks like it's happening. It feels that way. It really does. And it feels like something major, huge, I know that's not a good term to use, but huge, is about to slam us right in the face. And it feels heavy, okay? It just feels like it's coming, all right? We must keep the faith. We must prepare. Do what you can to get your house in order. And think about and prepare for how you're going to react to this. The people that approach you. Because it will happen. It will. If it hasn't already. Like I said, there's so much going on. It's hard to keep up with. It really is. Keep stacking. Keep praying. Pray. Right? Ultimately, we are citizens of Christ. Right? I have a good verse. This is from Psalm 94. Verse 19 says, when the cares of my heart are many, your consolations cheer my soul. It just feels good to say that one. I could just say this verse over and over. I'm going to say it again. Again, this is Psalm 94:19 says, when the cares of my heart are many, your consolations cheer my soul. We have a lot of cares on our heart right now. Many things are troubling us inside. We have to be careful not to let it overtake us, okay? We have to do one day at a time. Do what we can. Let God do the rest. It's in His hands, really, ultimately, isn't it? His consolations cheer our soul. Just keep that in mind. Be safe. God bless you. See you soon.